There are two main parts to any tripod, the head and the legs. The legs are telescopic, and you can add height by extending them. They can also be spread to provide stability. The head goes on top of the legs. The camera mounts here, and the head can tilt up and down and pan side to side. Do not lean tripods up against a wall. They tend to fall over, causing damage. Instead, lay them on the floor. To extend the legs of the tripod, start with the legs together. Then unlock the top set of extendable legs. The reason you want to use the top set is because these are the thickest tubes. Once you've unlocked them, pull the tripod up to the height that you want, and then lock them again. Once you have the legs extended, the next thing you have to do is unlock the spreaders. The spreader unlock controls can be found here on each leg. So you just turn them a little bit, you don't have to turn them a lot, and spread out. The tripods all have what are called a level. When using a level, the trick is to get the bubble in the middle, right in the circle. That will indicate that your tripod is level now. The bubble indicates a high side. In this particular case, the bubble indicates that this leg is too high. Remember, the bubble indicates the high spot, and the bubble is pointing towards this leg. The easiest way to adjust this then is to loosen the spreader off and pull the leg out. When you do that, the bubble will either move directly into the circle, as it is done here, or it will begin to point to one of the other legs. Whatever leg it points to, you then have to move that leg out. It is very important, I think, that you use the spreaders rather than trying to adjust the length of the legs. Trying to adjust the length of the legs is just an exercise in frustration. When you first get your camera and put it on the tripod, you may find that if you try to pan or to tilt that you'll meet resistance. If you meet resistance, don't push it any further. You're going to do damage to the tripod. If you want to pan, you have to turn this knob to unlock the head. Okay, this is the pan lock knob right here. This one is the tilt lock, and you can turn it and thereby tilt your camera. There's a third knob here that's kind of important, and it's this one. And this one controls the amount of tension that's on the head so that the head is a little smoother. If you get just the right amount of tension on the video head, then your camera moves will all be much smoother. If you have it off all the way, you'll find that you don't really have as much control over the camera as if you would if you just put a little bit of tension on top of it. Okay, in order to get the camera on the tripod, what you're going to have to do is take this quick release plate, get it off the video head, and then get it onto the camera. Now, to get this off the head, what you have to do is you have to spring this trigger. So you unlock it, spring the trigger, and the plate simply pops off. Next thing you have to do is put the plate on the camera. So first, turn the camera over. You'll see that there are two holes here, a larger hole and in front of it a smaller one. On the plate you'll see that there is a set screw, which is a smaller screw, and then a larger screw. So the larger screw is going to go in the big hole, the smaller screw is going to go in the little hole. The smaller screw you don't touch, but the big screw is the one that you have to manipulate. So turn the plate over. And you'll see that this screw has like just a regular kind of screw or bolt on it, and then it has a collar. So what you want to do is you want to back the collar all the way out. And you put the large screw in the hole, and you start tightening the screw itself. Not the collar, the screw itself first. And you put the set screw so that the lens arrow is pointing towards the lens, right? So this plate is now oriented with the lens on the camera. So you'll find that once you get the larger screw in all the way, that there's still a fair bit of slack. So what you need to do now is take the collar and use the collar to tighten the plate onto the camera. When you go to put the camera on the tripod, make sure you orient it correctly. The camera should be parallel to the handle here, and the handle should be back at the camera. Now what you're going to see is that there are two flanges here. And what you want to do is slide this plate underneath the flanges, and then all you have to do on this tripod is push down, and the plate locks in place. This tripod also has what's called a pedestal function. There's a center post here which can be raised and lowered, and I don't want you to do this unless you absolutely have no other choice. But the way to raise this, in other words, the way to get more height, is you push this collar in to get this lever to work, and then you just simply turn the lever to raise up the camera, or turn it the other way to lower it.